Question I got asked often is how come I'm not getting stronger? I'm going to give you my top 5 reasons of why you aren't. In order to get stronger, we need to get better at the technique. Just quickly, I'm on the press machine at the moment. My elbow and wrist are stacked, which means it can provide more power. The amount of people I see at the gym do weird stuff like this, it astounds me. And that's one reason why you're not getting stronger. Work on your technique. Your technique sucks. What do I mean by your technique sucks? I see people doing exercises with short partial ranges and then they wonder why they're not getting bigger. I see people pressing with their shoulders rolled forward like this and wondering why they got shoulder injuries. You need to work with a good coach, or you need to consult somebody that's experienced in the gym to teach you proper form for the exercises in your workout. So many injuries happen in the gym where people blame technique and not the exercise. It's not the exercise's fault, it's your technique. Number 2, you're not prioritizing your recovery. In order to prioritize your recovery, you need to sleep for at least 8 hours in the day. You need to be giving your body enough fuel in terms of not only protein, but you also need some carbs, you need some fats too in order to grow and recover properly. Amount of calories will vary on intensity and your training frequency, which brings me to my next point. Overtraining or undertraining. So many people do both and will rarely ever find their sweet spot. Most people undertrain. Now, if you're doing 3 sets at 10 on this muscle and then you're done, you're probably undertraining. Obviously, we just need to get more volume. You'll notice with a lot of powerlifters, their weight's not fluctuating when they're training for a competition because their volume's so low and the exercises they're doing are so specific, they're not gaining any muscle from it. They're just getting stronger, but because they're doing less volume, they're actually losing weight. As a guide, you can use Mike Israetel's maximum recoverable volume calculator thing. He's got many videos on that Renaissance Periodization channel where it's explained in thorough detail. Personally, I think everyone is different. Just because Dr. Mike says your quads will stimulate over 8 or 24 sets a day and anything else is junk volume, that does not apply to everyone. If you're a complete beginner, you might do 6 sets of the right exercise and be fine. I guarantee you, if you're a beginner, I could give you 6 sets of squats and your whole lower body would grow and benefit from that. Number 4 on the list, overtraining. Overtraining exists when you're not managing your fatigue. I was once told that there's no such thing as overtraining, there's just under recovery. And it's sort of true. If you're going on holiday and you're not going to train for 14 days, and you're not the strongest man in the world, if you end up doing a monster workout where you're training for 10 hours, ripping every muscle you have to shreds, you're going to be fine. However, if you're doing a volume of 100 sets on a daily basis, realistically, you can probably do that twice a week and be okay. But if you're doing that multiple days in the week, if your muscles are sore on, say you do a chest workout Tuesday and your chest is still aching on Friday, but it's chest day, so you hit it anyway, chances are you're overtraining. If that's you, you can hit your chest 3 times a week, but you just do a volume reduction and you could train on Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. But if you're training every day, especially if you're at intermediate level or above, you're killing your gains, your body's not recovering properly. It's probably affecting your mood. It's making you feel tired. When you feel that fatigue, you're getting 8 hours sleep, but you're just not recovering enough, you just have to learn to manage your fatigue a little better. The last reason why you're not getting stronger is your programming's wrong. Generally, to get stronger, we go through 3 phases. We go through a hypertrophy exercise where we do multiple exercises and we try to put on as much muscle as we can. Then we go through a strength phase where we usually do a main lift, squat, bench or deadlift, a variation, and then maybe work on our weaknesses with our hypertrophy training. We usually compete each of these phases for 2 to 3 months. After we complete those phases, we then go through a strength phase where it's low accessory work, low volume, but high frequency on the squat, bench and deadlift, and we don't vary too much from them. So after one of these strength phases, a week deload is certainly recommended, but after you complete all three, I would definitely recommend a deload. A deload doesn't have to be a week out of the gym. Personally, I do that occasionally because if I go to the gym for a moderate workout and I don't know, something ticks me off or I just feel like going for it, I will on my deload week, so I don't get the recovery that I need. So basically, we take it in phases. The hypertrophy obviously stimulates our muscle growth, but we don't lift that heavy. So our nervous system and our joints are getting hopefully a little bit better in that hypertrophy phase. Then, when we're trying to get stronger, we're doing a lot of fives. The hypertrophy is still there, but we're getting a bit stronger. It's waiting for us to come back after our deload. It's having a rest, but it's ready to be highly stimulated again once we start the next hypertrophy phase. Yeah, because we're doing the heavy lifts. We're not doing singles. We're still doing a moderate volume. So we're just sort of evening it out. It's like the stepping stone in between them. And then when we go heavy, yes, we lose a bit of muscle. The nervous system gets very fatigued, but our hypertrophy stimulus isn't there. Just a recap in regards to what I've been talking about, why you're not getting stronger. You need to recover. You need to allow for adequate programming. You need to work with excellent technique, select the right exercises. You need to be eating enough carbs, and as Matt Wenning describes it, you need to put the right amount of water on the plant. You can't just soak a pot plant in water and expect it to get a lot bigger than the pot plant next to it. If that's getting adequate amount of water, it's going to grow just as fast, if not better.